Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Gemini. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your second week of March 2021. And just a quick heads up for all y'all out there, if you are a part of my Patreon, the weekly bonus astrology report is up. And you can check it out by following the links down below. Just open the down bar there. I'm actually doing things a little bit differently, where instead of doing a big long live, I'm actually doing just a pre-recorded dense form, and then I have everything listed as far as what signs are being affected and what areas of their charts. And so if you're interested in checking that out, again, you can open the down bar below and go on there. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about an astrology aspect that is going to be fairly long-standing. It's going to go on for a couple of weeks. And it's all to do with some major growth for everybody, major acceleration for everybody. We've got Mars, planet of action, passion, energy, problem solving. The divine ascended masculine recently moved into Gemini, into your sign, beginning a sextile with Chiron, which you might call the wounded healer, right? It's the baggage, it's the scars, it's the stuff that's ever registered either on a certain area of our life or a certain area of our consciousness that needs to be cleared and dissolved and removed for us to have the best life possible. And this week, Mars in your sign is giving you a unique experience where you actually get to throw your weight around and actually start acting in the way that is actually truly within your nature. We're seeing a lot of you Gemini people letting go of any pretense to kind of live in a way where you're kind of always walking on eggshells. And the reason I think this is so empowering is because it's creating a sextile to Chiron, which is all about problem solving, and it's also about intervening in situations where you know you can actually make things better, where maybe before you've been afraid to intervene. Because with Mars sextile Chiron, there's no such thing as emotional fortification or psychological fortification or, kid gloves. And with Mars sextile to Chiron in your 11th house of friendships and social networking, you're doing a tremendous amount of work, not only healing friendships, but also getting closer to people by eliminating outside influences that may actually be creating challenges between you in your closest friendships and the people that you treasure the most. You're kind of going into superhero mode over the course of this next couple of weeks. I do encourage you to focus on solutions. I encourage you to focus on solving things. Again, not emotional fortification, not coddling. You don't have to run in and give people therapy. You may be actually stepping into a situation where you are helping a lot of people out. You are assisting, eliminating big challenges in your social circle, in your community, healing friendships by getting rid of any kind of negativity that may have nestled in there or that other people may be wrestling with. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go on, because there's a card here that's really already talking about that. As we get on to your spiritual themes of what's going on this week, you've actually got the Wheel of Fortune upright, and it's a power boost. Everything is amplified this week for you Gemini people. And with the Wheel of Fortune upright, you are seeing where the good, what you might call the good, and what you might call the not so good being revved up equally, right? So an amplification of that which is positive and that which we would deem as a negative experience. When we have this amplification, what's going on is that this is a time for you to be able to start rearranging your entire life and seeing even things that maybe you didn't see before that now you know how to solve, that you know how to fix, right? Because when we amplify the negative, it's like any kind of healing situation. It has to be amplified, shown, revealed, and then released. But we have a lot of good stuff coming your way to actually back you up through this. Be mindful with your thoughts, actions, and deeds, because everything is going to be much more amplified. You're going to have a much bigger effect on everything around you. It's going to be a lot more impactful. So don't leave any craters where you don't want to leave any craters. But use this energy, use this time to completely renovate your whole life. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, your finances, you do have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And this week, it does look like a lot of you Gemini people are going to be rolling in it. You know, there's a lot of money coming your way. There's a lot of opportunities for quick abundance. But I want you to understand that with the King of Pentacles reversed, it's high maintenance prosperity. And so we have to make sure that we are not putting ourselves in a position where we feel like we've sold out, or that this pursuit has taken over our entire life. Because with the King of Pentacles reversed, what can sometimes happen is yes, you know, a new job, new role, a new financial avenue is absolutely presented. And yes, the numbers are there, but or it could be an investment opportunity, a purchase opportunity where it looks too good to turn down. Really investigate that situation and then investigate why it feels a little bit off. Some things I do feel, because it's going to be more than one opportunity coming your way, some things I think can be negotiated, transmuted, worked around a little bit better. But some situations I feel are ultimately either mirages or may even feel like traps. Navigate this week with discernment, because it could be incredibly prosperous, but you just do not want to put yourself in a situation where you are trapped with anything that's not worth what it's paying. As we get on to your communications, friends, relatives, other people in your life, your community, you've got the Nine of Swords upright. Really coming back to that Mars sextile Chiron. I do see a lot of you Gemini people actually going in superhero mode and destroying a threat, an obstacle, or maybe some kind of pervasive challenge that somebody that you care about has been fighting against, has been struggling against, and you're getting the permission to step in and intervene from the universe anyway. I feel with the Nine of Swords, this may be something that this friend or that this relative has been trying to kind of handle all by themselves. They don't necessarily want the involvement. They don't want the action involved. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be rescued. And that could be an ego thing, which is fine. But I feel as though with the Nine of Swords upright, you are going to be making a very responsible but very tough call that is going to get them out of whatever issue has plagued them. It just may feel uncomfortable for them to have such a thing come up. They may feel guilty. They may feel embarrassed. Just make sure that they feel comfortable with the good thing you're doing. As we get on to your challenge this week with the Page of Wands reversed, make sure that you are not taking an overly shallow or dismissive attitude when it comes to how things come up this week. Not that I ever would assume a Gemini would do that, but sometimes with the Page of Wands reversed, we might not necessarily take things very seriously. We might kind of give it the yeah, brat treatment. It might feel tempting, right? Because it's like, oh, I see that red flag with the King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, but the money, that kind of thing. Make sure that we are being better than that. Because with the Page of Wands reversed, you are going to be also seeing where we have to start stepping in. We have to start taking measures to correct things, right? You are getting amplified to make things better anyhow. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Devil card upright. And you are probably going to be facing some awkwardness as well, funny enough, very Mars sextile Chiron when it comes to love and romance, because it looks like there may be a situation where a partner or a crush is willfully or willingly engaging with something that has actually been a problem for them before, whether it's a person, an activity. They're kind of getting into a space where they are they're re-engaging, right? They're re-engaging the toxic influence. They're re-engaging the dysfunctional person. They're re-engaging the disharmonious activity. And this week you might need to, go in and just call it like you see it. I don't see this having to necessarily be anything that creates a whole bunch of drama in the relationship, but you might need to put your foot down about what you will not participate in. I mean, everyone has free will, but if they're going to re-engage and consistently be a port of entry for dysfunction and distortion in a relationship, you kind of need them to admit that and then see what they do. So that's what I've got for you Gemini people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.